Hey, it's me, Jamila, the IEP coach. On Friday, I made a post that ESY was going to be online, and I was going to share my thoughts with you today. So, for those of you who don't know, ESY stands for Extended School Year, and it's a program. Students who meet one of the criteria, one of the 7 factors for it, they are able to have an extended school year where they work on certain goals over the summer. Some districts have ESY tutoring, like my district. So if a student was getting maybe a reading or math intervention, then we would continue with that over the summer, or they would continue to work on their IEP goals. So a lot of times, mostly ESY consists of the students who are in full-time learning support. Some districts refer to this as life skills classes. Those students who are in those types of placements have the ESY program. So these students need more restrictive support, and they're in a more restrictive environment. That's why they're in a full-time learning support class or life skill class, depending on how the district refers to the support. So these classrooms that these students are instructed in, they have their teacher, and they normally have an array of aides. So there could be anywhere from 3 to 5 to 6 aides. Some of these students may have a nurse with them. And some of these students may require a one-to-one. So when I found out that ESY was going to be online, I was like, really? I really thought that, school districts would actually try to still implement the program with social distancing. And the reason I say that, with practicing social distancing, and the reason I say that is because these students require a lot of support, which I don't understand how it can be given online. These students have a lot of needs, have multiple needs, and having school online just now, it's tough for students who don't have an IEP or really have, academic needs or even social needs. It's difficult for some of those students who have none of those issues, not having that interaction, with teachers or students. But when you are a student that has academic needs, behavioral needs, communication needs, you need that, I'll say that not so much of one-to-one, but you need that structure of a classroom routine with your teachers and with the aides that assist you in the classroom. So I'm really wondering, how is this gonna play out online? How will ESY really be implemented online effectively? You know what I mean? How is this going to be done? I really don't see it. I really can't see it, because these students require a lot of help. And then it's okay, if ESY is online, it's going to require the parents of these students to instruct them. It's going to really be the parent, even though, the case manager or not the case manager, whoever that child's ESY teacher is for that summer, however they are assigning assignments, they are going to need that child's parent to implement it at home and to help them. And some parents lost their job, or they may have to work from home, or they have to figure out what they're going to do with what they are going to do for their other children who are home. And then they have to help their child that's an ESY. I don't know how it's going to work. I really don't. And this year I signed up to do ESY tutoring. Now I can see doing tutoring online, or even doing an intervention online. I can see that. But to continue with instruction on IEP goals for a student that has a lot of needs, and you're doing it online and you're not there in front of them, they're not in the classroom with you, I'm having a hard time seeing how this will work. And then even if they did, practice social distancing, that would really diminish the number of students to teacher ratio in a classroom. Because, you have to be 6 feet apart. So it's like, okay, well, how would you do that? And it's like, I understand this was just, this just fell on us. This just happened, and schools got to figure out a way to make it work. And I know everyone is doing online, but, I've been teaching for 14 years. I've never experienced this. I've done ESY 1 year because you guys know I don't work over the summer. The summers are mine to myself to recoup and to get my mind right for the upcoming school year. And, I've seen how ESY programs are ran. I see it. It takes a lot of teachers. It takes a lot of instructional aides, supervisors to help. The teachers have scheduled trips for these kids, for their groups over the summer. And I'm really wondering, how is this going to work? Because these students have a lot of needs. The students who participate in the ESY program, they have a lot of needs. And it's like, again, it's going to require, like with online learning now, it requires parents to help with their kid. And it's like, I understand some of these parents, may need a break, and they're used to having the ability to just having the opportunity to just drop their kid off for ESY and then pick them up at a certain time. So it's like now parents got to work. Parents got to teach their kids. It's like, and the reason I say parents got to teach their kids is because the teacher isn't there. It's not so much the teacher can do online. It's not so much what a teacher can do online. Even now, like when I'm dealing with a student, like I'm doing academic support with a student and he wasn't doing something. And I think his mother heard me fussing at him. And then she said, "Do you hear Miss Fisher talking to you?" She said, "Miss Fisher, I don't know how you do it." But it's like, it wasn't but so much I could do. If he walked away from his computer and decided to take a 30-minute bathroom break, it's nothing I could do about that. Now, think of a kid who has severe needs: physical, intellectual, behavioral, academic, communication, and they have to do ESY online. I'm really curious to see how this works. Tell me what you think in the comments.